Only one ban here for Season 3. No Clash in Season 3. And there you go. That's all of our bans in. We just saw Esperanza and Shambali Monastery banned out here by Team Gambit. The one ban from from Hypnos is on Hybrid. And it is Hollywood, to continue with our alliteration. Haunted Hollywood, if we want to add another one in there. You heard Athena? Let's get into Ilios. Hold on, I'm going to get this set back on this page. There we go. See if I can get you a nice, pretty camera angle to start. In the new maps, they did somewhat better about giving you... Except for Suravasa. At Suravasa, they just stuck the default camera in the weirdest spot. But the OG maps, like, the cameras are just kind of, like, jammed into weird places. It's not in a good position. Hey, you show me some Overwatch. There we go. There we go. Lars pulling out the Junker Queen here right out of the gate with the Lucio carry backline, which is what we most often see with the Junker Queen, typically with a dive DPS lineup as well, which Sleek will go on over to that to the Genji. But being Ruins and these long sight lines, Maitreya is going to stick with the Widowmaker versus Condi on the other side, who is pulling out the same hero. Diva look coming out from Outsider and the rest of Team Gambit with the Juno Zen. So a little bit of a greedy backline, kind of putting the Zen in here. You don't have the Brig to help protect your hit scan or your Juno. It's just raw damage output and discords to try to keep Lars and the rest of Hypnos at bay. So an opening D-Mech using the Carnage for the final blow, putting Outsider outside of that mech. No pun intended on that one, genuinely. Now pushing in onto this Zen. Santix is looking a little vulnerable, but the heals come through, and Peel is there. This Outsider finds the final blow with a little punch out of Pilot Diva. What a turn of the tides. Using the Pilot Diva to melee a Junker Queen, and then get back in mech. Like, that is a swinging of the scales if I've ever seen it. Ah! Sorry. Oh, Maitreya, hello. Of course I go to Maitreya and they just get shot by Condi. 3 headshots in a row from our Widowmakers, as both are showing us a bit of prowess here. Start of map 1. 35% on the board here for Hypnos as they're trying to chase down Condi in the corner. It looks like they will get that one. Lars holding the choke in the meantime. Go check out this Zen pick. We're gonna go check out Santix. Swap off this Zen pick? No? No? Okay. Have you thought about it? Or just looking for that sideline? I think thought about the swap. And decided to stick with it. Condi has gone over to a Sojourn here. Okay, Outsider spawning back. Oh, but Lars has already gotten the kill on the Santix, and the Zen proves very vulnerable here. By the way, props to Hypnos for being in order. They are actually in DPS tank support order. Holy hell, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love y'all. It makes such a big difference from a producing and a spectating experience, where your brain doesn't have to make the leap. There comes Sleek out with the blade. Verit has an orbital ray out trying to defend against it, but there is a nice anti into the mix, so neither the orbital ray nor the Transcendence do a bit of healing through the middle of it, and Connie gets taken down despite both support ults into the mix. Now, Sleek gets picked off, so it's a 4v4 left on this point. Volta finds Akari in the back, making it a 3v3. Not going to go in, try to duel Santix. Santix is able to win that one out with a little help from Verit. Then Team Gambit get control of this point for the first time. Shot use from Lars just to try to escape. I don't think they're going to be able to make it out. Okay, Outsider doesn't want to over pursue that one. You do have a card moving in. Yeah, gets a pick from that right-hand side. Nelly's low inside this room. Outsider's chased down Sleek on the opposite side of the map. So, Team Gambit with a couple of picks. And they're going to force Hypnos back on this one. Approach 50% there on the board. A bit of a dry fight here for Hypnos as they're coming back into this one. Barrett coming up on an orbital strike. We're also looking at the overclock. I think the two most important ones coming online here. And of course, Sakari could just seal the deal with a great pulse bomb, but already under a lot of pressure. Trying to hide in the pit. Not the easiest place to hide. Very vulnerable positioning there out of Hikari. Lars now trying to turn and find the vulnerables in Miata, but Barrett peels back. Orbital already thrown in. And Gambit move on to this point. Connie does drop that overclock, and indeed, it's the orbital overclock that puts Hypnos down. Oh, nice shot out of Machera, though.
No one can hide from my sight.
Brought a assault rifle to a sniper battle. I don't know exactly the phrasing there. That's Zenyatta's Transcendence forced out. Hikari gets a kill with the pulse, but Lars gets a kill with the Rampage. Team Gambit trying to regroup as they push back in. Here, what's going to be a 99-99 fight. Hypnos flip the objective. Neither team at full strength. And Santix with a beautiful pick right out of the gate. Able to find the Widow in the back. Here comes the Blade. Santix with nothing to fend it off with. Has 1 health. Trying to run for Mega. Gets the boop. Gets the kill. Varret with the boop. And the Lucio Zenyatta combo might just work out here for Team Gambit. Lars is low after the Discord. Varret with the kill. Outside with the final blow into Nelly. And it does, in fact. Team Gambit will take round 1. I just said that, Athena. Thank you.
Ready for battle.
Athena's the real mastermind. Athena secretly built Anubis. And is just the puppet master behind everybody. Just controlling Overwatch and Talon. And anybody else on the fringes, like the Junkers. Have them all come compete for our enjoyment. Round 2 here in the well. Connie sticking with that Sojourn. Xantix is actually with an interesting pick. So we're going to get the Kiri Juno. We're still got the Lucio Juno on the other side. As is typical with this Junker Queen composition, as I mentioned before. Make sure you're not going... It's kind of more of a brawl look, though. You don't often see the Cass in this look. Push around, trying to get Outsider. Ooh. Outsider thought about pursuing some of those squishies and thinks better of it. Now he's going to drop back down. Meanwhile, Santix picks up a kill on the other side of the map. Outsider's going to go join him. Santix topped up there on their little perch. Drop it down. See if they can do something about Lars. Has to swip step away as the shout is used, and Lars tried to come bearing down. Team Gambit have control of this objective while all this is going on. Hypnos trying to push through Cage. There's the rotation from Outsider. They're going to try to focus down Sleek on the other side. Well, looking for the Genji. Now just turning attention back onto Lars. Lars is deep into your back line, and Volts has already found Condi. Lars will get a little bit of healing off of that axe and the melee, just trying to stay topped up as that Junker Queen does. Backs around the corner, but Hikari follows him there, and Varret lands the torpedoes. Has to overextend doing so, and Sleek takes him down, and here comes the clapback from Hypnos. Cost Gambit too much to find that opening pick. Hypnos will flip the point, but Gambit get 42%. Kare pushing in deep through the team, and there's the swift step from Santix to join him. Venturia drops the Deadeye. Looking to turn around and find the 2. Ooh, almost got the Juno. Just barely getting it out of there in time. Orbital Ray in. And this is going to get messy quickly. Kitsune Rush thrown into the mix as well here from Team Gambit. Connie thrown in the overclock. And the investment is rewarded as they get a clean fight win. No casualties here from Team Gambit, but it was 4 ults invested. Only Sound Barrier and Deadeye thrown in there from Hypnos. Which means they've held on to their own Kitsune Rush and a Rampage to come to try to take this back. Gambit slowly edging out the lead as far as percentage goes. There he goes. Oh, Lars trying to get everybody lined up. It's actually the Kitsune Rush thrown down this long way. Gets stopped. Oh, that's an unfortunate Kitsune Rush, to be honest. Maybe Hypnos had no intention of leaving their little corner there by the cage. Sleek does eventually go to take the high ground of the lighthouse itself, or the windmill, I suppose it is. Lars throws in the Rampage back the other direction. Blade is out to combo with it. It's a 2-for-1 trade favoring Hypnos here so far, but it looked like, yeah, I was going to say, make sure Aero was in a bad spot. Didn't get the outsider in time to see the kill. Uh-oh! But no chance to use the self-destruct there. Team Gambit lose control, but they get 97%. The timing might work out in the macro here for Gambit as well. Not spending any ults in that previous fight. Sleek battling for high ground with 2 on the outside, as Outsider was keeping the rest of Hypnos kind of pinned in cage for the moment. But here comes Lars with eyes on your back line. That's a recall used out of Hikari. In a bit of a touchy spot for a moment, but they're able to spin some blinks and get the heck out of there. Meanwhile, Team Gambit still trying to pursue Sleek on this high ground, battling for this windmill. Neither side has been able to lock down the picks that they were searching for. As a Kitsune Rush is thrown in from Gambit, and Sleek goes into the back to pick up 1. Venturia gets Kanye with the Deadeye, and now it's a fight for Cage. Car with the poles, looking to swing this back. With Xantix down, Neliozu gets a kill there. We're headed to round 3. This one's going to be decided on Lighthouse. What else does Lars have in the pocket? Do we see the Winston here? Do we see a match on the Diva? Outsider likely to stick with the Diva heading into this, but yeah. I thought I remember seeing Lars play a pretty good Winston. And this is one of the few maps where Winston's still viable. At least it feels that way. I don't know if that's entirely true, like the few part. It's a relative term, right? But it does feel like there are particular spots where you see the Winston Ana coming out, and this is certainly one of those maps.
3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
There's the teleport out. Swap from a car is going to go over to a tracer. Check out Mitch on this high ground. Yeah, there we go. Nice shot. Ooh, and it has Sentix low, who's gone back over to the Zenyatta, by the way. Connie making a swap, not going to the Echo to try to close this gap. Maybe help deal with the Winston a little bit. I can't help but feel your eyes are on that Zenyatta. You can see the Discord aura. I mean, that's just an automatic, like, 20% health off of Lars if it sticks on Lars too much through the middle of that team fight. Here comes Outsider with a quick loop around. That's going to push Lars back to the high ground to help heal for the vulnerable squishies up there. Outsider makes a move, wants them to go down and hunt in on the Ana. Nelly's smart enough to throw the nade against the wall, but still, it's not going to be enough to keep him alive through that. It's a 2-for-1 trade favoring Team Gambit. Looks like the Zenyatta pick actually working out here for Santix in fight number 2. Such a high-risk pick. And you can see, I mean, just look how safe Xantix is playing. Xantix is not going anywhere near the point, barely even going near the center of the map. Like, it's just playing on the fringes here of Lighthouse. Does loop around to that high ground. Outsider pushing in, and there goes Lars with the dive. Oop, I actually landed on Lars' palm. I didn't think I did for a second. At least keeping Santix out of the fight. It forces both supports back. Yeah, nobody there to heal up Condi. As Verret is forced to move to try to keep Santix alive through the dive. Lars now moving on to the point, but Sleek is down. Here comes Verret to try to back him up as Lars gets the nano boost. Lars looking to dive in onto the support, but Verret is able to just flutter away. Self-destruct, the chase into the back, the Primal Rage to try to prevent the rematch. Can't quite do it. Verret has cooldowns to get back onto safe ground, and the chase is in the other direction. Ooh, Verret, you still have cooldowns? Nope, not that time. That's a lot of damage, and a Transcendence coming towards Lars' direction. Despite having 2 picks, Team Gambit are able to kind of muscle Hypnos off the point, but only momentarily. With the recall out, Akari's not going to last long in this 1v2. Hypnos will eventually flip this right on over. Michero has been lights out on this Ashe here in round 3. Putting in a lot of key damage. Wouldn't surprise me to see Michero with a big chunk of the damage once we get to that scoreboard here at the end of the map. Where's Sleek? Oh, Sleek is down back towards the point. Okay, there we go. And there's the push in. Recall out of Hikari. Sleek's going to go pursue that kill. Lars is going to fall back for heals and peels. That's an Ana duplicate out from Connie, immediately taken down. I believe it was Sleek who got the D-duplicate? Yeah, we'll call it a D-duplicate. Outsider up to the high ground and forces Michero down low, but doesn't quite get the pick. Slow press into cage, getting Michero into a better position to shoot down onto this point. 91% on the board, and there's the Bob thrown in to help contest. Lars jumping into the mix as well. Oop. Pulse doesn't quite hit anything. Bob is actually going to capture here as Sleek and Lars are chasing Hikari around, but Santix comes up with a huge pick onto Nelly. Just taking a lot of the sustain out of this composition. He's going to run away to the Mega and not die to the burning, but it's still a +2. Team Gambit on this point. They have 99%, and Santix comes up with yet another one. Finds Matriera in this fight, and this high-risk pick is working out beautifully. And this is part of what I was talking about here from Team Gambit. They'll pull out these unusual hero choices, and they will make it work. It's going to be a 1-0 lead in the series as Team Gambit close it out on the back of Santix's Zenyatta. Machu and Fleur, thank you for the follows. Appreciate y'all being here. Santix, get your play in the game. Oh, can I fix the score in time to get back? Ah, I'm late. Oh, you saw nothing. You saw nothing. You saw no lobby. All right, let's take a look at some stats there from map 1. Yeah, Matrier with 12K. Absolutely doing the most damage by about 20% over the DPS of the other side. A little over 20% on the other side, as a matter of fact. But leading the DPS in the server, for sure. Great showing out of Matrier, particularly there on that 3rd round. But it's not enough. Team Gambit edge it out. Let's see. Santix with 25 elims and 10,000 damage on the Zenyatta. Santix out-damaged both of their DPS. All right. Hollywood banned out for Hypnos headed into map number 2. Hey, close room chat. Thank you. We are headed to King's Road pick here out of Team Gambit. Fate is subbing in for... Who is the other support? Oh my goodness, I just blanked. Wait, let's go back to our scoreboard. This will tell me. I may not remember everything, but Verret. I know how to find the answers, damn it. All right, so Fate subbing in for Verret. Here for round number 2, map number 2. Let's see, we did get a side swap. Let me get that swapped over. We're just waiting for a player from Team Gambit to get in here. We'll get into the second map. Darian, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you being here. On this fantastic Wednesday in our EMEA expert matchup, Team Gambit, it goes to round 3, and it was a 99-99 round 3. But, you know, Team Gambit looking strong. Both teams coming in 4-0 here for this matchup, so neither team have dropped a series yet this season. Clearly that'll change.
Initiating match.
It's time for Kings Row. Let's get into map 2.
Ready for battle.
Gordon's Positronics. That's a Star Trek reference, by the way. The Positronic brain. That's absolutely a Star Trek reference. Which LeVar Burton just got a like a Medal of Excellence in Humanities from the president yesterday, which I thought was really cool. Of course, his daughter Mika had ties to Overwatch back in the day. Anyway, let's get into map 2. Lars is sticking with his Junker Queen. We're seeing Yukij subbed in as well. I did not make this Outsider. It got subbed out. Yukij coming in and play the Ramatra here. We haven't seen much Ramatra since the change last Tuesday, where Ramatra no longer punches through barriers, but does do, I think the number's like 256 damage per punch to a barrier. Not that there's any barriers to worry about in this team. Lars does a little loop-de-loo around through Hotel. Sleek does not catch back up. Suzu used to try to keep Lars alive through that, trying to escape into Statue, but yeah, that is looking like the inevitable fall of the Lars. And this attack coming out here from Hypnos. And yeah, that was the fall of the Lars. Which, once again, Hypnos are in order. Thank you, thank you. I love y'all for being in order. It's so helpful. It's so helpful. All right, Metria handed up to this early high ground. Going to loop around. While Lars swapping off the Junker Queen onto the Reza here for the second attempt. Is just battling it out for Statue. Metria pouring some shots down across this gap. Looking to claim this space. Whoops! Doesn't make the jump. We'll have to take the scenic route. Meanwhile, wall up. Lars, and just gallop over the car. Get topped up. Now, Fortify popped, and they're going to go in and pick up that kill onto the back line of Fate. Oh, not able to escape the Blizzard, though, as even just the slowing effect of the Blizzard, I think, caught Lars there before they were able to get out. Pop throwing in on the high ground. This is from that's from Hypnos. Metriera finds 2 here on the back of the fight. Clears off this high ground. I was actually trying to go to sleep pop. All right. Satellite Vector thrown directly onto Lars's head. And Fate goes down. Lars will suffer a similar fate. Punches still go through jab spin. What a retake here out of Team Gambit. Oh, there is that shield to worry about. And the breaking of shields actually makes Ramattra really nasty against Brig again, too. Like, in a different way. Brig is just nothing without her shield. Is so vulnerable without her shield. She's not nothing, but she's very vulnerable without that shield. Oh, it's a huge Terra Surge into the corner from Lars. Orbital Ray was thrown into it. I think the defense of Gambit thought that they had Hypnos like kind of trapped inside that hotel, but it was the trap card of Hypnos that got sprung.
30 seconds remaining.
So, with 30 seconds to go, the cap comes through. That's a little under 3 minutes when it's all said and done. And Hypnos makes her way into the streets. I don't know why I said it like that. Blizzard thrown in on top of the rally. Ooh, but just backing away. Volta still dies just before they're able to find cover. And Lars gets surrounded. Even Bob thrown in the mix to keep the Orisa pinned down. Where's Kari going? Bob thrown in the back will disconnect the supports from Yukich, and Yukich knows it. And just gonna drop back to that corner, make sure they stay within sight lines of Santix on the Baptiste. Now the Orbital Ray thrown in from the outside from Fate, who stayed very close to this archway. And it's a disengage pick here from Lars. Lars, as a matter of fact, has managed to work all the way past around to the front of the cart, trying to keep Yukich out in everybody's sightlines for as long as possible. Sleek finds Fate while this is all going on. And the Energy Javelin finds Yukich in the back. It's going to be a fight win here from Hypnos, and they're going to keep rolling through, but they don't have a whole lot of time to work with to cap this one out. Get here. Hikari's biscuits were burning back behind the camera there. Coming up on a Blizzard to try to stop this push. Terra Surge will get several in it, forces off the Immortality field. Yukich is going to go ahead and throw in that Annihilation. Oh, and that's just so many low health bars in the back. Sleek's still trying to win this out with a blade. And it's been quite the trade through the back lines. It's 2v2 left on this point. Oh, nope, it's a 3v1. Fate was still hiding back behind. Was able to sneak through to the front line and be the only support surviving into the back of that fight. One last try here for Hypnos. Very difficult to win this map if you don't cap out point B. Blizzard is in. Right on top of Lars. Fortify is ready. Nelio Zoo has to stay around the corner. Lars is still hovering, so has a couple yellow bars looking okay. Now topped up, despite the Ant Matrix coming in from the other side. Seems to have just stalled Hypnos for a moment. Now Hypnos is going to come in with the Brig rally and see if they can muscle this thing across the line. Trying to force down Yukich. Yukich is low, and Lars is going to find that pick. Bob thrown in from the defense. Where did Connie's Bob go? Oh, it's all the way back there. Looks like they're just able to shield up as the Bob gets forced off the point, not able to contest. And that's the precious second point on the board here for Hypnos. Big Dynamite is going to enable Lars to continue to push forward. Kari already used Ice Block. Would be a juicy target here. That's the pick. Beautifully done from Lars to recognize that one. Still hanging out, knowing Fortify is only 2 seconds away. They're going to toss the Javelin at Fate. I think it's all the damage that Hypnos is going to find here, but it's enough to get him here to the second corner. They didn't really have to fight for that first corner after getting the point. Oh, but a beautiful disruptor shot and some bullets from Fate up top put Sleek down. There's the disengage. Not a clean one at that. Well, that's not how defensive Team Gambit wanted to start this. Your tank just fell over. What on earth happened? Now you got a 6v4 in the back. Fate has about 75 health, a little less. Right back into spawn. There's the regroup. Recontest coming out here. This will be an overtime cap. And ooh, I say that. Okay. There's the touch. Half a meter separates the third point on the board as the orbital rays are throwing in over the top. Fate somehow surviving through this as Yukic's annihilation fades. Both tanks still on this point. You do still have Matriarch pouring in shots from down deep. There comes the pursuit. Justice over the top, but the barrage is shut down as Akari emerges, being able to handle both DPS in the back line. And that is going to be a hold out of Team Gambit.
Score 0-2. Switching sides.
Really nice job out of Hikari to push back and push Matriarch out of the fight, and then loops back in to get the kill onto Sleek, able to deny at least the end of the barrage. At the very least, you take the Pharah out of the fight. So Hikari pretty much single-handedly neutralized both DPS. Even if they didn't get the kill onto Matriarch, it was I believe it was Fate who ended up getting the final blow onto Matriarch. It was still enough to drive that Ashe out of the fight through those big long sight lines. So really important move there from Hikari. Successful on the Tracer.
Ready for battle.
Of course, Yukich doing a great job of just staying alive down there. Fate as well. We often see Junos get taken down when they're trying to get the orbital ray into the mix, but Fate is able to get the orbital ray right on top of the point amidst just a breadth of heroes from Hypnos on the point, and still Fate survives, able to sustain Yukich through that fight. Now Gambit head on to the attack. Let's see if that good hold's going to be enough to put them on match point.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Connie back on the Sojourn. Yeah. Seems to be working well. That was a headshot with the railgun, and the follow-up just extra bullet of the primary fire to get the kill on a Matriarch. Nicely timed. Every little bullet counts. Now Connie has a power position up on this high ground and just pouring damage into that back corner. Good wall. I don't think Lars is getting out of that one. This is looking like a one and done for Team Gambit. With Lars dying as late as they did in the fight, no chance for a recontest. Sips, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you being here. Oh, that's a great vortex. I mean, you force the immortality field out of Nelly. I mean, just for them to stay alive. So 17 seconds before that's going to be available. And Lars definitely wants to take a fight before then. Immortality field, excuse me, that's an amplification matrix. Up on the other side, double damage window invested just to buy some more space. This cart continues to roll. Sleek off of the far, excuse me, off of the Genji. Onto the far once again. Looking like some juicy targets on the cart, but Sentix will run them off. Matriarch has good position in that window, though. And it looks like Team Gambit's not quite able to fight off all of these angles. Ooh, what happened to my frames? Give me frames. Hypnos are able to return fire with their own amp matrix. They stay 5 strong, never losing a single player throughout that defense. Ow. Like, I know that didn't do a whole lot of damage to you because that one just felt painful. The rockets from far, you displace and you kind of bumping you around, it just feels impactful. Lars using the Fortify to stay up front in this fight. Oh, we are getting some lag, y'all. Oh, no, no. Hold on, servers. Come on, servers. Thought I saw a little bit of that a second ago. I thought it may have just been like a visual bug or something, but I think that was actual server lag. Hopefully it's just on my end. You see, it looks like we're getting some packet loss in the top left. All right, Bob thrown in. Oh, God. That was just face-to-face with Condi. Condi tried to combat roll back. Oh, but the annihilation. You can still stand in here, still fighting. Never mind your Bob. Whew. God, I'm sorry about the frames, y'all. Yeah, I'm hoping this is just on my end and the players aren't seeing this as well. That's getting kind of gnarly. Barrage is at the ready here for Sleek. Still 2.5 minutes on the clock for Team Gambit to work with, so still a couple attacks available. Don't necessarily have to spend ults here. Ant Matrix on the top left, Lars is just going to go Javelin spin right into it, but Santix still manages to find Volta before that happens. Santix does pay for it, but here comes Yukich trying to follow up, see if they can find Lars inside the pub. No, Sleek joins in the fight, got in the mix, got the kill. Now leaping into the back to help clean off the rest of this point. Team Gambit going to have to take another stab at this one. Ooh. Yeah, even my player swaps are taking, like, there's a delay on it. Like when I'm hitting the button to where it swaps to the player. Ooh, come on, servers, hold. Come on, servers. God, I don't think I can go first person right now. It's just looking too choppy. All right, it's going to be a Terror Surge Barrage combo. They're out of Hypnos. Works beautifully. No one got a chance to ult there, but again, I mean, this was kind of a situation where Gambit didn't have to ult. They were able to build up, and now they're going to have Orbital Ray, Blade, Deadeye, and then with the Annihilation not too far behind it. I can definitely see this fight going long enough for Yukich to build that up. 45 seconds. Pretty much last fight here for Gambit to push it across the line. Bob throwing his mid area, grabs that high ground position, shoot down to the back of this point. Immortality Field used to get Yukich into the pub. Fate is not able to escape. Mitchell still on this high ground and is able to melt through Santix using the dynamite. 15 seconds to go. Yukich is trying to get out. Has to use Nemesis form just to back out. Meanwhile, I mean, does anybody make it to the cart? All right, there's the touch, there's the blade. Orbital Ray in from Team Gambit, but Hikari gets immediately taken down, but not before taking one down themselves. So, favoring Team Gambit, Yukich follows the Orbital Ray up to the, just pushing the cart forward, get as much space as you can. The Connie is going to fall inside the subway. Yukich is putting up the block. I can't go first person, it's too choppy. Forced off. King's Row belongs to Hypnos, and they will tie us up. All right, we've got ourselves a series, y'all. Stats there for map 2. Definitely looking like make sure you're continuing to be a force of nature here in this series. 17,000 there in the damage roll, outputting considerably more damage than any other DPS in the lobby. I mean, again, they're Cohort and Sleek, the only one even close. They're at the 14k. Lars leading the lobby with 19k in damage, and Elims. Fewest deaths would go to Matriera there for map number 2. Esperanza banned out, headed into map 3. Looks like Fate is staying in. New Kid's just staying in as well. Everybody's favorite new push map. Renasapi. Let me get the side swap for you. Lars back over to the Junker Queen, heading in here. And given the way the countdown was going, I'm concerned for my server connection. Oof. Well, I may try to close Overwatch and come back after this map. I feel like I've definitely got some kind of connection problem with servers. Whew. This is tough to watch. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, kill from Fate onto Sleek there. Ed Sleek got the first ultimate online. Hypnos trying his thing and push down the street, but I mean, what's typically a difficult retake, trying to fight up that hill. And it's a nice job here out of Team Gambit. Now they've got Lars isolated. Here comes Nelly and Volta trying to back up. Sound barrier thrown in from Volta. The countering orbital ray from Team Gambit. The chase on, try to find the rampaging. Oh, but the rampage is too good. The rampaging queen seals the deal. And Hypnos will win out a big fight here. A long fight. Might just be enough for checkpoint. We'll see how quickly Gambit can get back into this one. Oh my goodness. That is a point blank barrage. Immortality field comes out. Nukage took a bulk of the damage, but getting topped up. That checkpoint was picked up, by the way. The bot continues to now roll. And it seemed the game it kind of caught in the double windows here. Oof, that is jittery. Kitsune Rush thrown in from Hypnos. Lars immediately finds Santix out of the back, but not before Santix can get the Amp Matrix down. Still, no supports left standing here for Team Gambit. Hypnos are marching through Ruinasapi with a blitzkrieg pace. Blistering pace. What I meant to say. It's a Bob thrown in the back. Make sure you're playing very aggressive off that top left side. Does get punished. Lars eventually brought down for the first time here on this map, and Team Gambit managed to wrestle control. You do still have Sleek back there on the Pharah. Fate gives him a swift kick, though. Oop, pushed too far there, didn't I? Opening pick from Santix. Santix has been incredible in this backline. Like, what a high damage support. I mean, had more damage than either DPS there in map 1. And gets their second pick here in this fight. I will say, Hypnos has run away with the bot and actually gotten themselves close spawns. So Sleek is, well, it's just going to be Sleek and Nelly. But they do get close spawns. Are Lars and Mitchie are going to get him too? Oh, it's going to be close. Looks like they will. Yeah, they absolutely will. So heads up play there from Hypnos. And they're going to be able to take a nice close fight here. Lots of ult available here for Team Gambit. The Amp Matrix was the first used in this fight. Got them a little space, but Lars now emerged from their hiding hole going into the back line. You could just finds Matriarch with the Doritos. And Lars never has any room to work in that back line. Condi holding it down with the Deadeye initially. Santix coming up with another pair of kills in that fight. Lars jumping out of the window, trying to surprise Yukage, but Rampage is there, Barrage on top of it. Beautiful combo, and that's going to do the trick. Never mind the Blizzard out from the other side. And it was just a little chill there for Hypnos. They shrug it off and win that one pretty clean, other than a kill on to Nelly. There, so Condi able to trade out. Bow support's actually falling in that fight, so Hypnos, oh, they don't quite get the checkpoint back. They have to just relinquish control here. Now they've gotten their supports back, and they're just kind of set up here off of jump pad, just the top of jump pad. Bob and Sound Barrier at the ready to fend off against an Annihilation and an Orbital Ray. Bob thrown in first, Lars trying to chase it back. That Bob was thrown in way to the back. Forces everybody from Team Gambit inside this little house. Everybody's low. Immortality Field is there. Volta falls. What a shot out of Condi to turn that one around. With everybody at low health bars, Team Gambit find the most important pick they can, taking the Sound Barrier out of the fight. Doesn't mean Volta does have that Sound Barrier available here for this next one. Woo! Okay. I think I just looked interesting because of the lag. That's a Deadeye throw at Amp Matrix up top. Yukage is down on the low ground, though. Akari falls shortly thereafter. And a beautiful move there out of Hypnos is they're able to just swarm around the amp matrix and deny any value out of the double damage window.
2 minutes.
Here comes the drop down from Team Gambit. Make sure they're still hiding behind. No, make sure he'll push back through. Regroup with the team. All of Hypnos hiding at jump pad. And there goes Lars actually taking it. Regroup up top. Shout out. Kitsune rush in. Trying to run down Yukin. She's going to pop an Annihilation. Throw up an extra pair of hands. Just get that block into the mix. Try to drain as much damage as they can. As much health as they can off of Lars and the rest of the team. They do survive the Kitsune rush in from Neliozu. But is there anything left here? Kari's close to a blizzard. Could be the clapback that they need. Xantic's playing off this corner, trying to put some extra damage in. That blizzard thrown down on the back of an immortality field, but Hikari falls, trying to make it happen. Lars jumping back down into the mix, and Sleep comes up with their second pick in this fight. Lars will find Fate, and this will be Hypnos getting control of this bot once again. Ooh. A bloodbath here in the courtyard. Fate and Condi coming up with 3 precious picks here for Team Gambit. They'll get control of this thing, but there is a long ways to go. Now, good news is they do have the checkpoint, so they will not be stopped there for that 10-second break. They'll be able to use all the time to push. Still not an easy task to come back on this 60-meter deficit. Little under 55. Lars with Rampage, they have been huge all day long. Bob thrown in. There's the barrage over the top, and that's the Rampage. 2 kills already for Hypnos, and they are going to stop this bot here. Hypnos will take the lead in the series, moving up 2-1. I'm actually just going to go ahead and back out of here and reconnect to the Overwatch servers. While y'all take a look at some stats. Those aren't stats, are they? Those aren't stats. Those are some stats. Come on, Overwatch. For whatever reason, Steam takes forever for Overwatch to shut down. I don't know if it does that for anybody else, but I feel like it takes forever for Overwatch to shut down. And of course, it won't launch again until it does. Come on. I'm just going to task manager this. Like, what is going on? Are you hung? Are you hung up in my task manager? Overwatch application. Yes, you are. In task. Thank you. All right, let's get into map 4. We're headed to New Junk City. Here, Flashpoint. We get right back into this bad boy. I'm here. I'm here. I just had to restart. Lars.
1.
Yep, Animals is in the game. Is that me? Am I Animals? I think I'm Animals. All right, did that work? I don't see any more. We're not getting the... There we go. Much better. Much better. All right, worth it. Worth it. Yeah, I just, for some reason, my connection to the Blizzard servers got wonky. But it's all right. We're looking smooth here again. Oh, Lars trying to push in. The Swift Step is there. Matriarch does pour in enough damage to get one, but it's not going to be enough to win the fight. As Outsider stepping back in here for this map on the Eraser, leading the charge. And that's going to be Team Gambit grabbing first control here to start things off in New Junk City. Any other swaps? I don't see any other swaps. Fate's still in. I didn't get a chance to thoroughly look at subs and stuff because I was busy resetting Overwatch. All right, Walls giving Outsider just direct access to Nelly Ozu. They have to Swift Step out. Oh, but they know where you went. Nelly Ozu has nothing left. No cooldowns to try to avoid the Eraser. Just make sure try to see if they can find revenge. But with Santix there to back him up, Outsider has no worries. Hakuna Matata for the rest of their days. Well, at least the rest of this objective. We're going to give you all the first-person POV. I'm so happy to have first-person POV back. All right, first point does indeed go to Gambit. Where are we headed? Oh, okay. This is a junkyard. Yeah, Santix, I was just about to say, Santix is lights out with these Ant Matrix. Here comes Sleek into the back. 96 to Pulse. Definitely wishing they had it here. But Outsider falls. Sleek had to reload it, though, just worst possible time. And Volts up with a pair of kills on the Lucio. Thought you were going to give me 3 there for a moment. The jazzy sounds of Volta. Ooh, I like that, like without the hood. I don't know that I've seen this without the hood. It's like a stage 1 on the Tracer skin. It looks really good. All right, 5 ultimates available here for Hypnos, and they're going to throw the Kitsune Rush out immediately here right in front of the choke. Lars is pushed out very far and does end up getting the kill. Was looking low, it was looking dicey for a moment, but ends up being a good play. Now, Outsider moves in and sneaks out control of the point, so there's a, a quick 10, 15% that would otherwise be in Hypnos' favor. So what would be 60 to 0 or 65 to 0 is actually 45 to 20. All in all, I mean, Outsider now has to respawn. So, you're buying a little bit of time for this retake, but still I think it was a smart move. Ends up being a 40% swing, right? Because of that move. Bob thrown in, but that's a big old ice wall in the way. Speed ring is up. It looks like everybody from Gambit got in, but that's a perfect spot to throw in a pulse. Immortality field will be able to protect everybody but Fate. So now Team Gambit are just bleeding out, trying to move on to this objective. Ends up being easy cleanup there for Hypnos. As Lars and Volta move in, find a couple more on the way out. You think I look at that? Sorry, I was just following our little banter there between Sleek and Santix. Three ults versus 2. Rampage has been nightmarish here for Lars. Oh, an immediate pick. on to Fate as they dance around the blizzard, but still taking a lot of damage from Hikari and Outsider. Lars eventually goes down. Nice headshot before getting into the ice block. And now the ice wall up. A couple of players here from Hypnos. Not much health to work with. They're going to get out. All right, DPS. Okay, everybody's headed right except for Lars. Lars kind of pushes up on that left hand, looking to get him right in the face of Outsider here. While the rest of the team swings wide. Uh-oh. That wall could cause some problems. Sound barrier thrown in from Volta here to keep Lars standing as they're looking for a place for the Rampage. Oh, that could have been a juicy one. You got to peel for that May in the back. Rampage thrown to escape the Terra Surge. Got everybody purple, but not able to find the picks. It's 2 kills apiece going either direction. Hypnos threatening to flip the point as Connie throws in the Deadeye from up high. Outsider still in a bit of a duel here with Lars. Connie's able to assist. Here comes Volta trying to help out. Woo, just barely jumps over the Javelin, but can't jump over the flashbang. Team Gambit clean this one up and move up 2-1 here on New Junk City. I'm actually okay with the nickname Animals. It's close enough to Animal, who is a drummer. I am also a drummer. So, you know what? I'm okay with that nickname. I'm just saying. I know y'all were concerned. Ooh. Ow! That's a headshot out of a curry on the back of the spear from Outsider. Looks like Hypnos chose the wrong door. Yep, door number A is not a good door. Let's try door number B. Kitsune rush to work with. First cap over to Team Gambit. Kitsune rush is out. We're going to get the Ant Matrix in return. Ooh, has to focus on keeping the backline alive, though. Can't really use... Oh, puts one volley in on Lars, but Condi falls. Looks like the rush here working out from Hypnos. Volta, once again, coming up with a nice 2-piece. And we're getting the jazzy sounds of a 3-piece here out of Volta. Let's go. Because on the Devil Farah. Fitting for the time of year, I suppose. Up to the high ground, may wall used. Make sure Arrow's coach gun kind of stop shy and just gets caught in that Terra Surge. Got yanked back by the Terra Surge mid coach gun. Perfect timing out of Outsider, or perfected timing. Whichever I was trying to say. Either way, it falls a little bit flat. Fate gets a pick though with only 1 health. Left tosses a couple torpedoes in. I mean, already has ult. Might get Volta. Almost got Volta. So close. So close. Okay, Lars. Calm down. We hear you. Alright. Outsider, Gambit once again kind of making this low ground approach. 94% here. So, yeah, Outsider's just got to go full low ground. Right onto the objective. You have some shots pouring in from the outside, but Outsider was just LOS to everybody on their team. Most notably their heroes. That's a Deadeye that I actually wanted to look at. Didn't get much, but Hikari's Blizzard gets something done. Lars goes down. Matriarch is still up on the top, putting shots in, but Sleek falls. Matriarch comes up with a 3rd in this fight. Looking for the 4th on to Condi. It doesn't matter. You got backup. Volta will take it from you, but you know what? It's all good. Hypnos get the point. A high tide raises all Hypnos. Both teams getting here at about the same time. End up taking a little bit of a fight here around mates. I think Sleek was hoping to catch somebody still on the other side of the wall. Just drops in. That's going to be 2 at least. Woo! Lars getting the final blow. There's the 3rd. I'm honestly surprised they were able to live that long. Beautifully placed, beautifully timed barrage out of Sleek. That's the way you do it. Open it up early in the fight. Okay, Connie's gone back over to a Sojourn here. Working their way around the right-hand side. Outsiders already made their way to point, and Lars is chasing Fate off there. So it's a bit of a broken approach here from Gambit. Connie does make it in a position to kind of cover Outsider, but it's a touch too late. Outsider's already gone down. It's a very low Hikari on the top. Nelly gets that shot. What a beautiful kunai out of Nelly. And Hypnos' backline proving very deadly indeed here in this second map. You know, we're doing a lot of talk about Santix and Fate and how much damage they've been able to put out throughout this series. And Volta and Nelly lighting up the kill feed here in map 4. There's Nelly once again with an opening pick, and that's just gonna be the map. Hypnos will take it. We'll take the series as they close it out here. Nobody able to get back. And it's going to be a 3-1 with Metro putting up a hell of a showing. All right, let's get some stats there from map 4. Pretty dominant out of Hypnos on that one. Once again, Matriarch with just an enormous amount of damage output. Looked just lights out on the hit scan today. Kind of, I think, led in damage in every single map in that hit scan roll. Absolutely, 100% led the DPS and damage for every single map. An outstanding day here from Matriarch. And map 4 was no exception. Almost double the damage output from Hikari and Kondi on the other side. Good showing here from Hypnos. They'll move up to 5-0 on the season. They will hand Team Gambit their first loss of the season. Let's get that one in the ticker.